Hello everybody, I am James Williams. I am from James Price's SIST 1001 class, and here today I'm going to discuss 7 parts of the motherboard. Okay, to start things off, we're going to just start off plain and simple. Right here we have the CPU socket. This is the place for the CPU, which is the brain of the computer. It just sits right there and you can go ahead and plug it in, and that's where it rests. And beside that, to the left of it, this is the heatsink and the fan for, this is the second part by the way. This is the heatsink and the fan for the CPU, which what this does is it keeps the CPU from overheating and it stops it from, well, malfunctioning from overheating. It keeps it at a cool temperature and makes sure it doesn't mess up. Then over here we have the power connector. This is fairly simple, it's in the name. This allows the CPU and the motherboard to obtain power so they can run and function properly. Like I said, fairly simple in the name, good to go. Beside that over here, we have the hard drive slots. This is the spots for the hard drive and basically storage files for the computer which help it store data and keep it running as well. Then over here to the right of it, we have the ROM. Now the ROM over here is long-term memory, long-term storage for the motherboard. Once again, fairly simple, fairly in the name. The ROM is just pretty much, unlike the RAM, it's for instant boot up and it keeps the CPU running even when it's turned off. Not running in the sense where the power's on, but running in the sense where it's it keeps storage and makes sure it doesn't delete it when it's turned off. Beside that, we have over here the backup battery. This is, once again, fairly simple. Just backup battery in case something goes wrong, and something that the motherboard can rely and fall back on just in case something ever goes wrong. Just in case the battery, say the main battery malfunctions and doesn't work, this keeps it running in the background. Then down here we have for the seventh item, we have the connectors slash peripherals, which, once again, this actually is not in the name. This over here is where the USBs, the Ethernet portals, and the as well as the audio ports go as well. And basically, you can plug in devices here which will communicate with the motherboard and work alongside with it. So if you plugged in the USBs, the Ethernet, or even the audio cords into here, which there's many more than just that, but those are just topics off the top of my head. You can plug in many more and they will work alongside the motherboard from these slots down here. Now, that should be all there is to say, because that's 7 parts of the motherboard that are easy to remember. They're all, like I said, fairly simple, fairly in the name type of parts of the motherboard, which, though I may not be the most well thought of in this, I can still memorize these pretty well. And they're also fairly simple to remember. So I hope this worked very well for you, Mr. Price. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, this has been made for James Price's video essay for the motherboard, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you guys all have a good day. Bye bye.